Back outside. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Keep it going for yourselves. You made it another week. You made it back to the podcast. Maybe you gave me a review this week. I'm clapping it up for you. If you haven't, pause this baby right now and go give me a review. I'm not going to tell you to leave 5 stars, but you should leave 5 stars. 5 stars, write a cute little whatever. For this week, mention the word onion, and I'll know that you listened and you did that Easter egg. And I don't know why that was the first word that came to my mouth, but here we are. We are outside once again on my balcony, and you can hear the beautiful sounds of New York City that drive me absolutely insane every single day. I do not know a moment of peace and silence. I'm recording, and the sun is slowly moving in, so I don't know what the video is going to look like. I just stopped the video and started again because everything was blown out. So that's good. This is a one-man show for right now. I would love for it not to be a one moment, but for now, it's a one-man show. And I'm okay, I am okay with that now. So, what else? Subscribe to the YouTube, do all that stuff. 347-566-9741 for advice from Unc. Get some advice from your Unc here. And also share a cringe story if you so please. I'm drinking. We got some coffee, got some water out here. It's not too cold. It's only like 55 degrees. What's nice, though, is because I'm not inside, you will not hear the sound of drinking at all, which I know I'm kind of obsessed with, OCD a little bit. I'm sure most of you guys are like, Dylan, we don't care. We don't hear it. Who gives a shit? But for me, I hyper-focus on that. So it is nice to be outside, man. It's nice to touch grass, even though we have fake grass on our balcony, but it's still nice to have that under the feet. Feel good, feel grounded. Did a little meditation this morning, and golly, if I wasn't thinking about 1,000 things the entire time. You already know there was no serenity going through my brain, but I tried. Every day is a new day. And I woke up happy today. Well, I woke up, I don't know about happy. Yeah, I was a little happy. And I'm really realizing, sorry about that. I'm really realizing, what sucks about being depressed is sometimes you think you're depressed and then you just realize you haven't slept more than 6 hours for about a month. Sometimes you're not depressed, you're just not sleeping. Because this morning I got 9.5 hours of sleep, and I woke up, I wanted to sing, dude. I'm doing that out loud. I wanted to sing. I kind of feel like everyone that ever wrote a musical or is in a musical has had at least 9 hours of sleep. There's no way you're singing if you got 6 hours and 15 minutes because you stayed up too late watching YouTube videos of a guy surviving in the Amazon. That's not happening. Really, everyone who's happy is just getting a full 8 to 9 hours. Because by the way, 8 is the lower limit, isn't it? Like 8 to 9. They say 7 to 9, but no one's getting 7 hours of sleep and waking up and being like, I feel refreshed. I'm ready to take the day. No, you're waking up and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna get a coffee now, then I'm gonna get a coffee in 2 hours, and I'm just gonna keep going. And then when I get home, I'm gonna be tired, but I'm just gonna push through. Because that's what this consumerism society is about. But you get 9 hours of sleep, and you wake up. Dude, I literally wanted to play "Wake Me Up Before You Go." That was me just walking around like, hey, it's a beautiful day. Hi, how you doing? Would you like $1? Like just dancing with some homeless guy in the corner. Hey, buddy, you'll get through it. I promise. I'm not going to help you that much, but let's dance for a second. Let's just be in the moment. We're two human beings. Oh, would you like? Nope, not going to help you with that. Anyway, that's what I felt this morning, and it was nice. I got to get more sleep, but I can't. It's so hard to get sleep because there's so many things that keep me awake. There's so much content that I'm like, I could go to sleep. It's like I could go to sleep. Or I could learn about how Vikings stayed warm in the winter when they sailed up north without fire. I could go to sleep, or I could learn about how Vikings would sleep in little sleeping bags made for two men. They would cuddle up with each other. Did you know that? And in the video, they're using like AI to illustrate it, and the guys are all cute and smiling while they're cuddling in a sleeping bag because they would use each other's warmth. These dudes were just cold 24/7, and the best part of their night was when they got into that sleeping bag with their boy. Seems nice. Seems real, and and they were giggling too. I mean, they were trying to. Some of them were trying to keep it down because they didn't want anyone to think they were gay, but a couple of them were getting in the sleeping bag or were just like, yeah. They were making jokes about some of the other guys. Oh, you see his beard is so short. He's such a little. He couldn't. I bet you he couldn't even slay. There's no way he could slay a walrus. I'm sure he couldn't take over an entire town and. I'm not going to say the word and pillage everyone. He couldn't do that on his own. His blade has only killed 10 men. Whatever shit they made fun of. And they did it in Viking, accent, which I'm not gonna do that right now. But they had no fire because their boats were made of tar and like fur and shit, and they stuffed it in between the wood. I know this sounds like I'm making it up, but I swear to God it's true. And they were doing that. And it's like, okay, I could go to sleep or I could learn about that. And the guy who's explaining it, they keep using different AI B-roll, and it's pretty interesting. And I also learned that even the head of the ship, he had to sleep with all of them. So there was no hierarchy. So it was equitable. It's like freaking interesting. They'd lower the sail to keep the warmth, a little bit of a warmth bubble, as they're sailing up to someone's town to absolutely ruin everyone's lives and burn it to the ground. That's so cute that they were snuggling and sleeping together before they were going to go to a town and absolutely ruin everyone's lives and viciously, sklurder them, Mordor them. I don't know. Someone said that in the first 5 minutes it could mess with the YouTube algorithm, so I'm trying not to. It's been more than 5 minutes. Yeah, viciously murder them. But they were being cute. Nothing like being a cute little goofball before you go and murder a small town of Norwegians, right? Or you land on Iceland. I don't know. I don't know anything they did. I'm not too into. I don't like getting too into Vikings because guys that are really into Vikings, there's something about them. It just freaks me out. I guess something's wrong. You get like the Celtic runes and shit on you, and you're just like, something's up, dude. Oh, nice. Now that the sun's going behind those clouds, I'm a lot brighter on the camera. That's good. That entire bit is not going to be usable. That's great. Because now you can actually see my face. That's nice. But that's what I'm thinking of. It's hard to go to sleep. It is hard to go to sleep when you can convince yourself there's so much to learn from. Even though, of course, you're not going to actually retain any of it because we're constantly consuming. But you convince yourself, there's so much I could learn. There's so many. I'm just watching a video of a guy eating in the middle of a tree in the Guyanese rainforest. Heart of palm. I go, wow. I wonder if I could do that. And then, you go to sleep and I'm never going to actually do it. But that's where I'm at. Anyway. So I'm happy, feeling good. The sun's coming back. And I had a good week. Nothing too insane happened this week. I hope the same is true for you guys. I almost finished my Philly vlog, so that I'll put that up on the Dylan Palladino YouTube soon. That'll be cool. I've got a couple other vlogs that I'm working on. I'm going to start really hitting the vlog grind. I went to see my friends. I went to see a short that my friend was in. He's not going to listen to this, so I can talk about it truthfully. I hope the director doesn't listen as well. And if he does, I'll be kind. It's tough because you go to something that someone made and they acted in, and it's not about my friend. My friend did a good job. But the whole film as a whole was okay. But then but then you're watching it, and you're kind of like, and then you watch it, and you're kind of like, okay, this is all right. And you go, it's okay, all right, it's fine. Then it finishes, and then everyone is like, holy shit, that was so good. And you just kind of, I'm just a bit of a nihilist, and maybe pessimist is maybe the right word. I just am like, man, no one, I can't trust any of these people anymore. Not that I would ask any of them their opinion. My friend, I'd be like, dude, actually tell me. But it's like, they're like, that was so good. Oh my God. That was amazing. And you're like, I can't trust you now. I can't trust. You don't have to say karma. You don't have to say it was bad, but just be like, yo, good job, dude. You did a good job. You did a good job. But everyone just feels like they got, and maybe I'm just being a piece of shit. But I just was like, don't. If you do this, then I can't trust you when I actually want to know whether something's good or not. You want to have people whose opinions you can trust. That's why I love some of my, like one of my friends, Austin, dude. I knew if I was there with him, I knew if we walked out, I would have been like, did you think that he had been like, absolutely not? I'm like, yes, thank you. Okay, it's not just me, because sometimes you just go, am I being crazy? Am I being hyper negative? Which I kind of feel like I'm being right now. But also, you want to, it's almost like you want to show them something that you know is bad and be like, I made this. You want to just like make a horrible drawing and then show it to them and be like, what do you think about this? I just drew it. They're like, that's really good. You're like, it's a lie. My 3-year-old niece drew it. See, oh, you really? I can't trust a word you say now. We're getting a divorce. That is a way to know if a relationship is real. If they can be honest about even something that you do, which stings. But if they're like, it was fine. Wasn't horrific. Because most of the time, that's the problem. There's so much just okay stuff out there. It's not horrible, it's just okay. You need to have someone that can be like, it was fine. You like, good job, keep at whatever. Because truly bad, if something is truly bad, if a piece of art is truly bad, it's actually very impressive. Like, when it's really bad, it's almost as impressive as something being really good. Because you have to, know... Is it going to rain? Whatever. You have to, know how to make something good and then do the opposite. Or just be so insanely naive about something. But to make it truly bad is actually kind of a work of art in itself. That's why sometimes I love watching a really bad movie and going, holy shit, this was so bad, I actually loved it. Because they at least they went for it. That's why Tommy Wiseau's movie, The Room, is a cult classic. Because you're like, this is so bad that it's great. Because, you know what it is? Because they fully committed. There wasn't a second of doubt. There's no doubt. Because the difference between really good and really bad is very thin. A lot of times. Just like how if someone is really hot or really ugly, you just move their eyes a little bit around, the nose is a little and then all of a sudden they're beautiful, or they're the ugliest person you've ever seen. It's kind of how it feels. They're strikingly one or the other. And I feel like that's true with movies. With all media, but especially movies, it's like you have to have the delusion and the full commitment of this is going to be amazing with no one stopping you, and then it's either going to be really, really good or absolutely horrendous. And you got to take that risk. I feel like that's how you get the greats. I mean, or you can just be, super talented and you just no, but sometimes, you know what I mean. I'm sticking by it. Is this hot? No, it's not hot. For those unaware, hot is when the mic is too high. But I just think I just have my headphones him as well. Man, this has been such a funny. Nope. God damn it. You know what? That works actually. I was gonna do laughter, but that's what I get for trying to make a joke about myself. Well, the sun is gone, and it's gonna rain soon, and boy, does that feel good. That feels absolutely fantastic. Just to be out here, and you get 20 minutes of sunlight, and then it's time to get sad and be wet. It sounds like something some woman pop star would write a song about. Like that, Pussy Palace, Pussy Palace. I haven't even heard the song, but I know Lily Allen wrote this whole album about how what is his name? David Harbour? The guy from Stranger Things. Which, like, anyway, I guess he was like cheating on her a bunch and had this whole apartment where she walked in and there were just like butt plugs everywhere and the condoms and all this shit all over the place, and it's like, yo, dude, first of all, you're like a 50-year-old man. Clean up. If you're gonna if you're gonna be doing this, like, he like wanted to get caught. I really feel like sometimes I feel like when people are cheating, they want to get caught because they know what they're doing is wrong, and they know and they eventually want the relationship to end. So they get more and more out there with their antics. They get more and more bold and audacious if you're from across the pond, and eventually they expect to be caught. And that's why he's got butt plugs all over the place and allowed her to come back to his flat that she didn't know about. But she wrote an entire album about it, and that's great. Good for her. Turning your pain into art. That's great. Part of me is like, maybe don't put all the very, very specific details in there, but he's a piece of shit who cheated, so we gotta air it out to the entire world. That's why, dude, I would not date. I mean, number one, not like I'm gonna cheat on my girlfriend like that and be insane, but I would be really worried if I was dating a musician, what they were gonna make songs about. Like, for me, I'd be like, how am I gonna be their muse? But the songs about me would just be like how I fart too much, you Dutch oven in the bed, Dutch oven in the bed, searing my hair off. Why do you eat so many beans? I know they're good for having fiber, but still, it's messing up my peace. I hit that. Yeah, what would they write about me? In the bathroom way too long. One time your Bluetooth disconnected and I heard the porn. I heard it. Stop watching porn when we can just be swiping on TikTok together. I think one of your friends is liking on my Facebook or liking on my Instagram posts. It makes me uncomfortable, but you say he's just that kind of guy. I still don't like it. And now it sounds like Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, like what would see, this is what's good about this show actually is that now I'm gonna write that down and then I can actually make a stand-up bit about it. Well, will I be able to do it a lot? Because I'm barely ever doing stand-up. Time will tell. But once this show gets big enough, I'll be able to do stand-up again. So that's where I'm at. I'm not bitter at all. Let's, but yeah. Also, Stranger Things is like a perfect example about why most TV shows should be 3 seasons. Stranger Things is a perfect example of that. It is a great example of why whenever, like, whenever shareholders, whenever companies go public, whenever money gets involved in media companies, it ruins the art that they create. Stranger Things is a perfect example of that, because if there were no shareholders at Netflix and they didn't worry about constantly growing, they would have made they would have made Stranger Things 3 seasons. That's it, maybe 4. It would have been great, and everyone would have loved it. It would have been a tight little great show. But instead, they keep postponing it. And the kids are like 30 now. Like, they're taking too long, and they're trying to just elongate it because they know people will come back to watch the slop. Same thing. It's the exact same thing with Squid Game. Squid Game should have literally been, oh, it's so windy. I'm so scared. Squid Game should have been one season. Really. It really should have been one season. The second season, fine. And then to top it all off, they split it up into 2 parts. That's because they're trying to keep subscribers around and increase shareholder value. That's the only reason why. Capitalism kind of fucks up art. It produces more art, but also late-stage capitalism is ruining media. Because you have Stranger Things, Season 8, they're doing a spin-off of Squid Game, and how many other shows are they going to do the same thing to? Why is there another season of Stranger Things? Who gives a shit? Really? I'm screaming, sorry. But who gives a shit, really? Who cares? What's going to happen? Dude, I hope all the kids die in the final season. I hope they lose. I hope 11 loses her powers. I hope I hope she gets fucking I hope she gets killed in front of all of her friends. Finn is crying. The guy with the messed up teeth that he got fixed, his good teeth fall out and he has buck teeth again or whatever's wrong with his lip. I hope all of that. I hope that nothing goes well. And the weird guy, Mortimus, what is his name? Viknir, whatever his name, Viknar. I hope he wins and he takes over. That would be fantastic. I would send Netflix more money if that happened. Because they did something new. But instead, here's what's going to happen. There's going to be a final fight, and then they're going to think everyone's going to die, and then Eleven's going to scream, and it's going to be over. And I'm not the first person to say this, but you know, it's like, come on, man. We know what's happening. And also, didn't like David Harbour and then Lily Millie Bobby Brown, she put a freaking restraining order against him, David, and then I'm gonna get to Unk advice, David Harbour, Millie Bobby Brown. This has been a fucking good episode. Thank God. This is how I want the show to go. This is when I'm inside, I just lose my mind, man. Thank you guys for listening. By the way, I love each and every one of you, truly do. But also do your part and grow the goddamn show. All right? And I say that with love. Let's see. Do I want to go Cosmopolitan? No, I'll go to BBC. Oh, Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour embrace at Stranger Things premiere. Wait, did Stranger Things already come out? Netflix posted footage of the pair laughing and joking together. Of course they did. It's all a PR stunt. It's amazing. We've been so lucky to have each other. Blah, 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 blah. Asked about the recent reports, one of the show's co-creators, that he couldn't get into the personal onset. The cast of the 10-year were family. 10 years. Stranger Things has been around for 10 years, bro. Hey! Too long! You know? Nothing matters more than just having a set where everyone feels safe and happy. 10 years. The kids are literally 48. They all have children. The black dude has swag, bro, for real. Damn. Okay, let's see. David Harbour. Okay, is there going to say... oh, cool. Interesting. Oh, in one of the pictures that it shows her with blood running from her nose because she just screamed. Yep. It doesn't... Yeah, I respect journalism. I love reading articles of my favorite people and hearing what they're up to. What are they talking about? I understand that there's paparazzi, even though it's invasive, even though it feels bad to me. I just know that's your job. But don't, in your headline, slam me at the get-go. It's so wrong, and it is bullying. So, who knows? Netflix got to them and was like, hey, guys, this is our biggest show ever. You got to tone this shit down. That's what happened. That's what happened. You got to deny this, and then once the show is over, you can go out and have your press run and blah, blah, blah. Guarantee you. Guarantee. All right? And she probably, wow, it's really windy. You hear how windy it is? I'm out here. I'm out here for you guys. I really am. But my little feet are cold. I don't have shoes on. My little feetsies are cold. What? Oh my goodness. My little feetsies are cold. Okay, let's plug this in. Anyway, Stranger Things should have ended. I bet Millie Bobby Brown was just happy Lily Allen came out with that album. She's been blasting that album all the time, and I bet you if she would have blasted it on set, just to kind of be like, "Pussy Pout is what you get, David." Yeah, maybe she was mad at him because of Lily. I don't know. I hope nothing comes out that it's like it was absolutely horrendous something that he did. But that's the checkup on me part of the episode, guys. I hope you're doing well. And now we're gonna move because I cut this into 2 parts that I put on YouTube, and I think it's helping. Who knows? Now let's go over to Unk Advice.